it's Q, and welcome back to Hold and Modify, YouTube's most poorly produced, underproduced Amiga channel. Yes, the lid is off on the A500 yet again. What is going on? Oh my gosh. Well, this is going to be just another short video for me, and what I wanted to bring up was in my last video on the 68030 and the FPU memory expansion only cards, I did kind of briefly tease the TF1260, that 68060 accelerator that sits in the bottom of my 1200 normally. I have done videos with it in the past, and you can go ahead and click, through my channel to find those. Hopefully they're easily available. But a lot of you messaged me and said, hey, why don't you pop that in and show us what it can do with that benchmark scene? So, sure, why not? Here we go. I've loaded the benchmark scene back up. Everything is set exactly the same, including the ridiculously low, super low resolution. So let's go ahead and press F9 and see what happens here. I might not even need to fast forward this, will I? Let's see. It is a pretty beefy benchmark. So as you can see, the 060 does seem to rip through that pretty quickly. Oh yeah, that's much faster than even the 40 megahertz 68030. And a lot of you, if you read through the comments in that last video, I did fail to actually tell you what the megahertz of that 68030 from GVP was. It is 40 megahertz. So it's not a 25 megahertz 68030. It was a 40 megahertz 68030. And this TF1260 is not overclocked. It's a stock Motorola 68060. It's the RC50 R5 version. So it's not the coveted R6, but it is an R5, so it does run a little cooler. And you probably could overclock it to maybe 66 megahertz or so. It is running at the stock 50 megahertz right now. So there's our ball, looking beautiful. And how long did that take? Well, it took 54 seconds. So while we were super impressed with the 5-minute render time of the 68030, 54 seconds, well, yeah, that's just gonna make us jump up and down a little more now, isn't it? So yeah, that TF1260 is a good find, a good buy if you can get one. Obviously, finding that chip with the FPU, the full chip, is hard to do, and they do run around $300, maybe $400, but some have claimed to have gotten them for around $300. Now, at that point, you are starting to get into that pricing of, well, maybe you could just put your name in for one of the new ice drakes from the Apollo folks, because for a couple $100 more, you're getting more than just an accelerator. You're getting the accelerator, the RAM, the RTG, the audio, the networking, a whole bunch of other fun stuff. So there is that to think about. Or, you could just stick with the 68030, 40 megahertz. It did its job. It's not bad. 5 minutes of frame for this test was not terrible. But it's just something to think about. If you're going to try and spend that $300 to $400 on a 68060 chip, well, maybe think about some of the other options out there. Or things like the PiStorm. Or the EMU68. So there are options. It's good to have options, isn't it? I got one little quick thing I wanted to show you before I call it quits on this video. As a little benchmark bonus, I went ahead and fired up the enterprise scene I had created earlier, and I had loaded it onto the standalone, and it's rendered its frame. There it is, up and displayed. And now we've got the TF1260 crunching on it. You know what? No spoilers here, but it's going pretty good. It's the difference between here and there, or there and there, is not that big of a spread. But we'll see here in a minute. It's on pass 3 of 9, moving right along. Now, as we wind down here, we're on pass 9 of 9. There is a chance that Ham 8 won't be able to display the image. It's 640 by 480, and I'm not sure if Lightwave is going to understand how to open that up on a Ham 8 screen, so we shall see. I just don't want to be full of disappointment here when it starts to render and we see nothing. We should still be able to see the render time, though. So we might not be able to see the pretty image, but let's find out here. Well, look at that. That was a nice surprise. I wasn't sure, but there it is. 640 by 480, rendered on the TF1260 and the 1200. And then over here we have our Vampire standalone. Now it did it in 4 minutes and 43 seconds. So let's check out what we've got here on the 1200. we've got 9 minutes and 45 seconds. So there's your difference in speed between the TF1260 060 and the Vampire Standalone's theoretical 6G8080. Yes, it's faster, but it should be. It's a more highly engineered version of a Motorola chip than the old 060. The 060 is 30 years old, and the engineered version of this Motorola chip in here is much newer, much more efficient, much faster. So that's good to know. I would love to compare this TF1260, of course, to the Phase 5 68060 that came out back in the early to mid 90s. I do have one. That would go into my Amiga 3000, but as you all know, that the 3000 is still pending. I'm trying to get it back, and hopefully it will be back soon, and I can get it online, and then we can do a true 060 to 060 comparison of content like this. But this was just bonus content. The whole point was to show off the 1260 running the benchmark scene that we had created earlier with the other accelerator card. So this was just a fun little bonus for those that have watched the other video with this enterprise in it. All right, thank you for watching. Take care.